Aaron Judge in his quest for history matches the great Joe DiMaggio for the rookie record for a season, and we're not even at the All-Star break. What surprises you the most about what you've seen so far from this rookie slugger?
Yeah, I mean, you guys were talking about sort of the pace he's on. I mean, it absolutely is kind of the consistency with which he's doing this. I mean, so we had him here on the cover of Sports Illustrated, an issue of back in early May, we had him on the cover of SI. And, you know, I think he was on top of the world then, and a lot of kind of legitimate questions about whether he was going to sustain this. And if you guys remember, I mean, he kind of struggled after having a good stretch when he was called up at the end of last season. So it was all about consistency, whether he was going to sustain this. I mean, there was a little bit of a slight drop in May, but he's kind of come back with a vengeance, you know, massive June, already 2 home runs this month. And, yeah, I mean, when you're talking about a guy who's already at 29 home runs, I mean, you know, do you want to kind of get into that Maris discussion? I mean, it sounds kind of absurd, but he's already at that pace. So it is the consistency. And just to answer your question, I mean, delving into the numbers a little bit more, I mean, he's hitting cutters, he's hitting curveballs, he's hitting sinkers, sliders, he's hitting everything. So everything points to this absolutely being completely for real.
And he's hitting to all fields, which is another thing. I mean, usually you see big power hitters with the power numbers pulling everything. Judge is hitting opposite field mammoth shots. Maybe, Albert, I was just thinking about this, maybe the only thing that could slow him down, the, you know, home run derby affecting his swing. Would you be concerned about that at all for Aaron Judge?
Yeah, I mean, look, the evidence is there. I mean, I've been at plenty of home run derbies and seen guys put on shows. You know, I mean, you can go back to a guy like Bobby Abreu and then just completely drops off a cliff in the second half. You know, is there anything to that? You know, who knows? But you just don't want to get, you know, anything sort of, especially for a young guy like Aaron Judge, you know, any little thing, you know, maybe can sort of affect sort of, you know, how he performs mentally down the stretch. You know, but we've seen kind of enough of this guy where, you know, you hear the Derek Jeter comparisons from the manager of the New York Yankees. And, you know, I think I sort of believe it, where this guy, certainly he's had the spotlight on him all his career, going back to when he was a little kid, always the tallest guy on the team. So, you know, I would assume that something like the home run derby is not going to get into his head. But at this point, you don't want anything really sort of potentially affecting sort of this incredible first half that he's having.